What we're going to do here is start with 2/4 so that it's the same as the other two bits of video to follow. So 2/4, or we know that's the same as a half. So the straightforward one is 2 2s are 4 as our numerator, and 4 1s are 4. So what's happened here is we've kept the size of the fraction the same, they're still quarters, but we've doubled the number that there are. And we know that that's the same as 2 halves or 1 whole. So we started with 2/4, and in this method we've doubled the number of pieces that there are. So now we've got 4/4. In other words, we've got 2 halves, or we've got 1 whole. It's slightly hidden what's going on when you do cancelling. So cancelling here, 2 into 2 goes once, 2 into 4 goes twice. So what we've done here is to keep the number of pieces at 2, but by halving this number here, we've changed them from 4 pieces in a whole, 1/4, to only 2 pieces. So we've actually doubled the size of each piece. So we've now got 2 1s are 2. We've kept the number of pieces the same, but we have effectively doubled the size of each piece. So we have a look at that. We kept it from 2/4, we kept it as 2, but we've doubled the size of each piece. So we've now got 2 halves instead of 2/4, so we've got 1 whole. So either whether you do it just by multiplication and looking at what you've got, or whether you do cancelling and realizing this is actually doubling the size of each piece, you will double the size of the fraction. So we've got 2/4 multiplied by a half. So 2 1s are 2. So the number of pieces has remained the same as 2, but 4 2s are 8. So if you now have 8ths, you've actually halved the size of each piece. So we still have 2 pieces, but each one is only a half of what it was. So in fact, we end up with 2/8, which is the same as 1/4. So we have actually halved it. The alternative to that is to do some cancelling. So here what we've done is we've kept the size of the pieces the same, but we've halved the number of things. So we've now got 1/4 as well, and perhaps I should put 1/4 up there. And if we have a look over here, we can bring that quarter in. So either way that you do it or perceive it, when you multiply by a half, you're halving the value. So in this first one here, we're just going to multiply across. 2 2s are 4, and 4 2s are 8. Now what happened here was we doubled the number of pieces, and here we've actually halved the size of each one. So originally we had 2/4. We've now got double number of pieces, 4, but half the size, which is 8ths, which is still the same as 2/4, which is still the same as a half. So it stayed the same when we multiply by 2/2. In the next one here, we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to cancel instead. So what happens when we cancel here? 2 into 2 goes once, 2 into 2 goes once. We've now halved the number of pieces. When we cancel here, 2 into 2 goes once, 2 into 4 goes twice. We've doubled the size of each piece because instead of using quarters, we're using halves. So if we just write the answer here, we have 1 times 1 is 1, and 2 times 1 is 2. So we have only one piece, but it's twice as big, so it's basically stayed the same size.